Christen Butler. I'm an attorney at Dominick Feld Hyde in Birmingham, Alabama. I know what you are thinking, another makeup tutorial. No, let's talk about love, okay? Valentine's Day is coming up and we're all ready for that perfect picture of the outstretched hand, the engagement ring, and the smiling couple in the background. That couple's about to start wedding planning, picking china patterns, and making all kinds of plans for their future. One thing they do need to think about is a prenuptial agreement. So if that couple is you, let's start with the first thing to think about. Most millennials have delayed marriage, so they've already started investing in IRAs, 401ks, their pension plans are established, and they've got other investments. Some even bought the cryptocurrency before it became the big thing that it is now, and they've got a significant asset that they're sitting on. Others bought condos in parts of town that were closer to work, but not necessarily up and coming until that brewery moved in, and now property value has doubled. So for those issues where we already have assets that are established that are going to go into the marital pot and be used towards the marriage, let's go ahead and deal with that now so that couple can focus on the happy moments. There's no worries about what happens if we divorce or what happens if one or both of us dies, because it's already taken care of with the prenuptial agreement. Another issue to think about is inheritance. A lot of us are older when we get married, so our parents are also older. So our marriage is still pretty young when one or both parents dies, and there's a large lump sum that comes into the pot that we might put towards vacations or we put towards a beach condo. And guess what? We've turned that into marital property. So without a prenuptial agreement defining what happens with those assets that we get from inheritance, then we have to figure that out once we get to the point of divorce or death. Let's go ahead and take those worries away and deal with that at the front end while everyone's still happy and in love, so we can continue the peacefulness once we get to those points in our lives. Another thing to think about is children. Some of us have children prior to marriage and some of us have children from a former marriage. A lot of times there's a lot of anxiety and angst between step-parents and stepchildren because children are often old enough at one point to worry about, will mom or dad leave anything to me, or is it all going to stepmom or stepdad? One thing that we can do, guys, is take care of that and let the children and let the step-parent focus on building their relationship without having to worry about what happens with any of those assets in the case of divorce or death, because they'll know that they're both loved by you because you took the time to get a prenuptial agreement and make sure that they were both taken care of in any situation that occurred. So I know some of you are thinking, it's too late for me, Christen, I'm already married. Don't worry, you're not the only one. I didn't follow the trend. I followed the more traditional path and married my high school sweetheart. So I understand getting married with no assets and not even thinking about a prenuptial agreement. But another thing that we can talk about is a postnuptial agreement that's signed after you're already married and both parties come in, and we can have that dealt with in a very timely fashion similar to a prenup. So don't hesitate to call us whether you're married or you're not married, because we can help with any of those situations that you face